So just by way of review here, folks, here are the 5 numbers in the infinite golden loop. 240, my favorite number, adds to 216. Okay, and then 216 adds to 228, which is my full birth name, and then 228 adds to 288, and then 288 adds to 255, and then 255 adds to 240. So that the whole thing loops in these 5 golden numbers forever and ever and ever. And by my calculations, all strings and all text and all names of everything, including numbers, always deduce to this golden loop, where it then loops forever. Okay, so for example, the full birth name of the Queen is 225. Well, that name adds to this number 281, and then 281 adds to 240 perfectly, and then now it's entering the golden loop, and there it'll loop around amidst these 5 numbers forever and ever and ever, to the glory of the Triune God. All of these numbers divide by 3. Okay, but my personal pick for the king is 240, because that's 888 times 10, and then that one itself is of course 888 tripled and tripled again. So I see the 888s coming through maximally for Jesus equals 888. Now, of course, this number 240 is the median number of these 5 numbers. It's the one in the middle, which is why I say all the numbers converge to that one, and then knowing that 225 is a definite king, the number is the square of 15, 15 times 15, and that is the full birth name of the Queen and all a host of others, knowing that that is also a king, and then that one goes to 281, which is also very famous, and then that directly hits 241st, and then we enter our golden loop here. My full birth name is this number, 228. It's one of the 5 numbers of this golden loop. As a personal testimony, what I would do if I was giving birth to children, I would name them 240 exactly for their full birth name. So, very fascinating. Very fascinating. Very fascinating. And then if you add up these 5 numbers, you get this number, which is a triple of the 80th prime. So there's 888 again. This is the 80th prime, and you have a triple of them. Okay. Number of letters divided by 3 as well. This is Elvis Presley's full birth name, 216, and there's a host of other famous people with that. This is my full birth name, 228. 240, the most famous, as an answer to our pop quiz earlier today, the most famous astronomer in world history is this German fellow here, and he's the man who discovered Uranus and infrared radiation, and he won the Copley Medal and a host of other things. You can read all about his life. This is going back to 1738. He was born. Just a very famous astronomer. But in German, his full birth name adds perfectly to 240 and 24 letters. Okay. And then there's a famous film score composer who is known as John Williams, who has the same number. Okay, so I'm just giving you 2 famous 240s just so you can be inspired to name your children. So John Towner Williams is 240, okay, the most famous film score composer. So let's get this straight. The most famous astronomer in world history, his full birth name is 240, 888 times 10 and 24 letters. The most famous film score composer is John Towner Williams. Same number, 240. What does that tell you about naming your children if you want them to be famous? You should name them 240. Okay? This is the gold number. This is the king number, in my opinion, of these 5 numbers in the infinite golden loop. So here's my full birth name, which adds to 228 and 24 letters nicely. You can see that that is one of the 5 numbers of the infinite golden loop. Okay? But I would name my children 240 is a good start, and someone can push it higher and longer and name them like 480 or 888 and on and on and on. But very fascinating. And then you do the sum of these numbers. So look at the way these numbers bounce around. 240 is in the center, then it goes down 24 points. Incidentally, most of these numbers divide by 12. It goes down 24 points, comes up 12 points to within 12 of 240. This is my full birth name here. Then it goes up 48 points over top of 240, and then comes back down to 15 points over. So you can see how 240 is at the center. You know, if you were to graph these, you have 240 here, then it goes down 216, it goes down like this, and it comes up 228, then it goes up to 288, then it comes down 255, and then you're at 240 in the center again. So it's kind of like a cardiogram. You know, the heart rate monitors? Everything in this life has a divine balance, a perfect spacing, so to speak. Well, that's what I see in this infinite golden loop of these 5 numbers. 240 pegged at the center. And then you go down, up, down, middle. Okay. So it's like a wave. It's literally like a wave going back and forth, going up and down between these 5 numbers infinitely forever. Very cool. But 240 is at the center. You could draw an argument for 216 being special because it's the bottom one. You could draw an argument for 288 being special because it's the top one. You could draw an argument for all of them being special because they're part of the infinite gold loop. But my personal pick would be 240. I mean, 888 times 10, and this number adds to 888, tripled, and tripled again. In my opinion, this is the best number of all. Okay? So, go nuts. You've seen 2 examples. You've seen the most famous, who was it? The most famous film score composer in history, John Towner Williams. His full birth name is 240. Genius. And then you've seen the most famous astronomer in history. Here's a German set of letters for you. Friedrich Wilhelm Herschel, 240. Do you see how there's just a sense of beauty to the name? Bigger is not always better. It's just this perfect balance. 1, 2, 3 names. Friedrich Wilhelm Herschel. 1, 2, 3. God is 3 persons. 1, 2, 3. You know, and 24 letters perfectly. So like 8 letters average per name. You know, Friedrich Wilhelm Herschel. And I even believe, like, yeah, Herschel divides by 3, and you can get even more juice out of it. You can, you know, he's got the 8 in the first name and all that. But the grand total, it must be the grand total. That's the most important thing that I see. It must be the grand total. That's the most important thing. Okay, and then the rest is bonus. The rest is just putting it through the roof in the name of love. The more love you can invest in the letters, the more 3s, 27s, chain links, bookends, the better. But the grand total is the most important. 240 perfectly. You know, any treasure hunter, any merchant looking for a perfect diamond, like Jesus said, the merchant for seeking beautiful pearls, insists on perfection. Well, that's what I see in this whole story. I insist on a mathematically perfect name, in full, to glorify my Savior and the God of gods, Jesus Christ. And Jesus equals 888 in Greek. And we're breathing 888 oxygen to stay alive. So when I see Friedrich Wilhelm Herschel equals 240 perfectly in 24 letters, I sing my head off and think, yes, he must be world famous. And then same with John Towner Williams. Same thing. So the obvious conclusion is simple. Give birth to as many kids as possible and name them all exactly and perfectly to 240, one of the 5 numbers in the infinite golden loop. And you can watch my videos posted on this channel where I discover for the first time that all numbers and all names of everything converge to this golden number. It was a very exciting moment, and I captured it on video, and it's on this YouTube channel. You can go through the videos in the past, and you'll find it. The videos are titled Convergence to 240. You can even do a Google search for that under Jesus equals 888, and you'll find that moment. And then I encourage you to do the same. Amen equals 33. Anything else that we want to meditate on with these 5 words? Try any string of text you want. They'll all converge to this golden loop right here. There's a sense of beauty, isn't it? Even this name is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 240. Boom. 15 letters divides by 3. Very simple. Okay? So, bigger is not always better. Like this name of this number. Like I say, folks, there's a proper balance and a proper efficiency to everything in the universe. Look at the size of your nose on your face. It's balanced. It's beautiful in its balance. And that's why I see this number 240 being such a perfect number. Because there is merchandise that can get shipped in cases of 240. It would be the perfect number to do anything in business. Just say we're going to ship out cases of 240. And everyone will love it. Like it's just the perfect number.